In the late 19th century, the Whitechapel district of London was a maze of narrow streets and dark alleys, a perfect hunting ground for the shadowy figure we know as Jack the Ripper. Between August and November 1888, a series of brutal murders shocked the city, leaving a legacy of fear and speculation. Jack the Ripper's victims were women, many of whom were involved in prostitution. The killer's modus operandi was brutal and methodical, involving throat-slashing and abdominal mutilations. These heinous acts suggested a level of anatomical knowledge that led some to believe the Ripper had medical training. Let's look at the victims often referred to as the Canonical Five: Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. Their murders were linked by the similarity of the wounds inflicted and the close proximity of their deaths. Mary Ann Nichols, found on August 31, 1888. Annie Chapman, found on September 8, 1888. Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes, both murdered on September 30, 1888. Mary Jane Kelly, found on November 9, 1888. Each crime was more gruesome than the last, culminating in the horrific mutilation of Mary Jane Kelly. The media frenzy surrounding these murders was unprecedented. Newspapers published sensational stories, and letters purportedly from the killer began to surface. The most infamous of these, the Dear Boss letter, signed Jack the Ripper, gave the killer his iconic name. The Dear Boss letter, the Saucy Jackie postcard, and the From Hell letter added to the hysteria. Despite extensive investigations and numerous suspects, the true identity of Jack the Ripper remains unknown to this day. Over the years, many suspects have been proposed, from local butchers and doctors to famous artists and even members of the royal family. Some of the most notable suspects include Montague John Druitt, a barrister, Aaron Kosminski, a Polish immigrant, and Sir William Gull, Queen Victoria's physician. Montague John Druitt was a barrister whose body was found in the Thames shortly after the last murder. Aaron Kosminski was a Polish barber with a history of mental illness. Sir William Gull was implicated in conspiracy theories involving the royal family. The mystery of Jack the Ripper endures, capturing the imagination of historians, criminologists, and the public alike. Was he a deranged local, a disgraced professional, or someone else entirely? We may never know the truth, but the legend of Jack the Ripper will continue to haunt the streets of Whitechapel.